Alright, so you're probably wondering, why am I re-uploading this when I had it uploaded earlier today? And the whole reason is because I was a fucking dingbat and kept calling the album Harbinger of War instead of Woe. I don't know, sometimes I get something in my head and I don't say it correctly. I swear I'm not like dyslexic or anything, although sometimes, man, I wonder what the fuck is wrong with me. So I'm doing it again. I didn't feel like going back and editing the video and trying to fix what I was saying. So here we go. Welcome back. It is Melanie Loves Death Metal. I am doing another product showcase, but this time it's a twofer. I'm showing you the new Brodequin album, Harbinger of Woe, not War. But to be fair, there's some torture devices going on here, so you could see why maybe I would think it said war. But anyway, if you're not familiar with this band, they are a brutal death metal band out of the U.S., I think Tennessee to be exact. They released their first full-length album back in 2000 called Instruments of Torture. Was one of my all-time favorite albums, brutal death metal albums up until today. I still love that album. I still listen to it all the time, but it's a super classic brutal death metal album, like just through and through. Then they released two other albums, Festivals of Death and Methods of Execution. Methods of Execution was in 2004, and then that was it. It has now been 20 years since they've released an album, and then Friday, March 22nd, 2024 came around, and here is their new album. Their fourth full-length album after a 20-year hiatus. Not really sure what was going on those 20 years, not too sure what happened or anything like that, but they come back with a ferocious album. So this is out on Season of Mist Underground Activities. Here is the Digipack version. I wanted to show you really quick. The Digipack is pretty bare bones, if you ask me. Not really a huge fan of it, but whatever. I pre-ordered these both at the same time when it was first announced. We were being super hyped for it, and I was like, oh yeah. And this is back before I started selling off my vinyl collection, before I lost my job, and etc., etc. So I pre-ordered this both. They both came in on Saturday, unfortunately the day after the release, but that's okay because I was streaming it all day on Friday. I was super pumped about it. And here's the booklet of just some really nice lyrics, and then the artwork spanned throughout the whole entire layout. The artwork is actually done by a old artist, very old artist, called Jose de Brito back in 1895, and this artwork is titled The Martyr of Fantasism. So it's an actual real painting from back in the 1800s, and they got a special license to use it. It goes into detail on a post somewhere. I couldn't find it. It was an Instagram, I think it might have been an Instagram post. It talks more in depth about the artwork and how they got access to it. So here is Mike Bailey, one half of the brothers in this band. And then we've got Brennan, who was just a beast on the kit, just a super standout of this album. And then there's Jamie, the other brother of the band. So the two brothers are still intact with the band. And Brennan is an incredible guitarist. So, but yeah, so there you go. There's the band. Here's the booklet. Nothing too crazy. I mean, it's not a shitty digipack by any means, but it's not, still not the best, and still not a huge fan of these digipacks. So that's the CD. That's what you'll get if you decide to order it. But I also got the record. There were several color variants. There was like a gold, there was like a yellow splatter, and then there was black, and I'm missing another one. But I ended up ordering just black, so of 350 copies worldwide. And the vinyl is exactly like the CD in that it's a gatefold. Here you go. And then the inside is the similar layout that you get with the CD booklet, with the lyrics in a hard to read font. The lighting in my room is terrible right now. Yeah. So, and then on this side, the same images of the band. God damn it, glare from the freaking light. But yeah, as you can see, it's the same like artwork layout. And then on the back, the same exact back as the CD, except for there's a barcode there. So yeah, pretty much the same in regards to that. No printed inner sheet or anything like that, just because it's a gatefold. And then the record itself is obviously just classic black. Comes with a poly-aligned inner sleeve, which is nice because sometimes those paper sleeves piss me off and they're just not good for your records. that's the sticker. It's the same on both sides. So plain classic black record. And that's it. That's everything. So the record sounds really good. I've spun it a couple of times already. The CD obviously sounds good. No issues there. And in regards to the music and what I think of this album, I am actually going to do a full heavy metallurgy review on this. I traded with Kellen. Him and I discussed some reviews that we wanted to do, and I opted to take this off his hands. So that we did a little trade skis there. So I'm going to be recording that this week and then send it off to Marty, who will edit the video for me, and then he'll post it. So that review is coming. But in regards to the music, this album is simply spectacular. If you're a brutal death metal fan, you'll really enjoy this. If you're into the breeze, that is the vocal style, but there's so much more to it. And I told everybody on Friday after listening to this, everybody, my group of friends, that this stands up to Devourment's Obscene Majesty, which is one of my all-time favorite death metal albums. So that's a pretty high standard that it has been met. It's a very, very good album. So I will do a track-by-track breakdown, and then the production, and then just a couple of criticisms. There's a couple of things that make it not a perfect album, but still a very, very good album. I'm very happy with it. And after 20 years, to come back and make this massive comeback, it's great. So that is coming, but I just wanted to show off the CD and the vinyl. And then if you're asking about the tape, yes, there is a tape. Dissonant Tapes has a pre-order up right now. They're the ones that are pressing it. It is a UV printed, all over printed tape. It looks awesome. Link will be in the description for that. It's not out yet, but if I get it, I will show it off. For right now, I'm happy with just the CD and the vinyl. Again, this was back when, before I lost my job, and when I would order the multi-formats, which I pretty much have done doing that right now. But yeah, great album. Also, to the guy on my Facebook, I can't remember who it was now, mentioned it being quite a risque album cover. Do you not know brutal death metal? This is pretty classy compared to some of the albums that I've seen. My God. So there you go. That's it. Brodequin. Let me know what you guys think, and I will see you in the next one.